Mainstream groups unite to grant her an emphatic victory and defeat anti-EU and extreme right forces. Ursula von der Leyen has won a second term as European Commission President, securing an emphatic victory in the European Parliament as mainstream lawmakers united against anti-EU and extreme right forces. The Strasbourg chamber erupted in applause when it became clear that von der Leyen, the first woman to lead the EU executive, have declared the hurdle by 41 votes, a stronger result than her first election in 2019. The German Christian Democrat will now be the head of the EU's lawmaking and enforcement body until 2029. I can't begin to express how grateful I am for the trust of all the MPs that voted for me, she tweeted minutes after the result. The victory cements von der Leyen's status as one of the most consequential Commission presidents in the 67-year history of the European Union project. She has been fitted for her unequivocally and earlier support for Ukraine, a pioneering response to the pandemic that led to the joint purchase of vaccines and the first ever joint borrowing with the creation of COVID Recovery Fund. So, truth be told, they voted her because the centrists and the leftists are doing whatever they can to stop the anti-EU, as they call them, or the far rights. But the truth of the matter is that whatsoever grants the anti-EU or the far rights are gaining in the European Union, they are gaining it because the leftists and the centrists has failed for years. The loophole they left is exactly what the anti-EUs are exploiting, exactly what the far rights are exploiting, and that is why they are gaining grounds. Yes, politicians all over the world are the same. The only difference is that in the West here, they do corruption under the table, and secondly, they implement some policies for their people to have a bit of easy life, and they have their social system in most of this country, which they use in controlling their citizens. Yes, so some of their citizens who rely heavily on social system thinks that their country is working when they don't know that they deserve more. Because without the ones that are going to work and paying tax, there will be no money in the purse to fund these social systems. There will be no money to pay these politicians the amount they are making for almost doing nothing. So it is only time will tell what will happen in Europe. Yes, because even in France, after the snap elections, you can see that the centrists cannot form parliament alone. They need either to choose either from the far right or the other party to be able to form a coalition. Yes, and with time, the third generations who their normal salary cannot lead them, cannot empower them to rent the flats of their own, are still living under their parents. And with time, these things will start getting out of hands. That is just the truth. Because you can no longer rent an affordable flat in the West now from a normal salary without those flats and the utilities taking away half of your average salary. That is the truth. That is why you see that an average person that earns average salary in Europe, especially, still have to get some sort of help from state to be able to survive. Not to talk of the ones that depend on the state 100%. So, it is not just voting her the second term. It's equally time for you people to sit in that Brussels or Strasbourg, wherever you people call it, and make policies that will change things for the betterment of EU and your citizens.